No, don't touch me. Hey, no, 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 not again. No, no. No! This dream, or should I say a nightmare, has haunted me before and haunts me still. I'm reliving this erotic horror every day. Do I hate it? No. Do I love it? Maybe. Even worse, I have started enjoying this. I'm happy to be haunted by this dream. Is it alright to feel this way? I see nothing wrong with that. But certain people do. Especially my mother. Gonna visit another psychiatrist tomorrow to set things right. I hate to go, but will do it nevertheless for my mom.
You didn't answer me.
Actually, no, doctor. I don't need sessions like these. They help me in no way. It's for my mother I am here.
Okay, makes sense. You have been to a couple of psychiatrists before, found none of them useful. Hence you developed an impression, but...
176. 176 psychiatrists, not a couple.
176 is indeed a big number. Since when have you been seeing doctors from?
Since I was 8.
Anyway, I guess we have started our conversation. Come on, tell me your story.
There's no big story, doc. I live in my world. I'm completely okay with it. People find it weird and force me to sessions like these, the need of which I feel is zero.
What can be done and what usually is done is we dive into the matter very slowly. I too can begin from a question like, how are you feeling today? And slowly in an hour, jump to ask about your private life. But since I have someone who has been through all this shit 176 times, I say, let's jump to the big question. Johnny, it's your call. Shall we beat around the bush or jump to question number 135?
Doc, let me explain it to you. It's a complicated story. I don't mean to suggest anything against you or those 176 other doctors or your expertise. Only thing is, my problem is my problem. I started living and I learned to live with it. There's a lot of struggle in my day-to-day life. Initially, I used to struggle a lot dealing with this struggle, but not anymore. I kinda improved and I wanted to remain it this way.
Bullshit! Learning to live with the problem isn't the solution to the problem. You're paying me $65 an hour for this session. So whom are we kidding here? I suggest you, either you open up or accept being a loser.
Loser? Fine, doctor. Let me explain it to you. I was sexually abused when I was 8. I was too young to remember those faces who did it to me over again. I'm ever since looked up as a victim, receiving that extra sympathy. The weirdest thing is that, and these days, I'm getting that experience even in my dreams very often, and I can enjoy it. Who does? I lost my father when I was 10. I joined boarding school when I was 12. And I was bullied for 8 years. Not just there, I get bullied everywhere. It is because people find me odd. Yes, I am odd. I'm the way I am. And I'm a gay. So why do I change for them? Doc, do you feel bad when you see a few teens around you happy? No. You won't, because you do realize that you're over that phase. Can't come back. So is my case. Trust me, Doc. There's no problem with me. I can be wrong for 99%.
Glad that you left that scope for 1%. I take your argument. I haven't been through all these things which you have been. But I'm a doctor, and this is what we do. I relate to the people, understand them, sit in their mind, and solve it. So, let me study your case. And I would be more than happy to say the same as you do about yourself.
I kinda like you, and thank you.
Johnny, 1 minute. Actually, your strong disbelief in me reminds me the case of David. He too never had faith in me. This was the case I had some 6 years back, and eventually I couldn't crack it. I don't know if he's using the same number, but you want, I can give it to you. You're okay? Johnny, I expect you to be here next Friday at 3:30 p.m. I'm still your doctor. You gave chance to 176 doctors. I guess I too deserve a try.
See ya. Johnny was curious to know more of David, but in reality, David didn't exist. It was the other number of the doctor, his alter ego. He did this to get into the victim's mind, to investigate things.
Great to see you, Johnny. Glad that you showed up. Thanks for keeping in faith. So, how did it go with David?
I forgot about it. I didn't think of messaging him. I'll try to reach him today, maybe after session. Actually, doctor, I don't have interest in David. Anyways, what's your diagnosis? Do you see any problem?
Let's see. How are you doing today?
Good. Everything is going fine.
Don't worry, Johnny. I've got a perfect treatment in our case.
Cool, doc.
Let's begin by knowing each other. Where do you work?
I'm a musician.
Musician? Wow. Then you must be boozing a lot.
No.
No, that's great. But I take it occasionally. Johnny, if you don't express what you feel, what your likes and dislikes are, it's gonna be difficult. I want you to be free and frank. How do you spend most of your time? I see you chatting with someone. Who's it?
Friends? Quite few.
Good. You have quite a few friends. It's so good to know that. You're in such a better situation than I expected. David had no such friends whatsoever. Any siblings?
Have 2 younger sisters. I don't. Since I live alone now, I don't get time to see them very often. I don't get time to see my family.
You don't ask anything. Let's make it two-way.
Okay, doctor. You married?
Why are you asking me that question?
I'm asking simply.
Not yet, buddy. I have a girlfriend, but not yet planned of marriage or something. Johnny, instead of killing time chatting, why don't you try meditation?
Chatting isn't killing your time, doctor. You don't have any idea how important it's to me. Sure. Let me try meditation.
Good. Are you getting some sound sleep?
Yeah, that's true.
You talked about your disturbing dreams during the session.
Dreams are disturbing indeed, but I learned to live with them.
Johnny, from today onwards, I'm your close friend. We can hang out in the weekend, have fun. Okay with it? Coming Saturday, I'm going to meet my girlfriend. If you want, you can join us. What do you say?
Doctor, I completely understand what you're trying to do here. I appreciate your enthusiasm and dedication, but doctor, I tried this a lot of times and I think it's all uncalled for.
Johnny, I do understand. A few more sessions, that's it. If you find it useless even after that, whatever might be your call, I will accept it. 177 might turn out to be lucky.
Sure, doctor. I'll leave then. And I must say that, indeed, you motivate me, but on a different, unexpected level altogether.
You're welcome.
Doctor wanted to know how desperate Johnny was. He did respond to his text messages, but he never attended his calls. But their intimacy grew over a period of time. They got to know more about each other, and they developed a deep relationship.
Why do you think about the dream? Forget it. It's not going to hit you again.
I don't know, doctor. It's always in my brain. A part of my mind is always thinking about that. The more I try to forget it, the more I remember it. And the most embarrassing part is that I'm loving to remember it. I relive the awful experience. I don't know how can I love it. It's awful, but it is the truth.
Then why don't you tell me what happened that day?
I was 8. So I don't remember the photographic memory of what happened. I remember it as blurred images. I was at my home. Came a guy. He asked if my parents were home. Upon knowing that they were not in home, he forced me into it.
Johnny, calm down.
He forced me into it.
What are you doing? Relax. I agree. This is a strange story. But I guess nothing strange or tragic, not able for one to forget it. Alright? Okay?
I'm sorry, doctor. I never break out. I never get to it. I always keep things to myself. I am fed up of eating away all my emotions and this loneliness. I guess this is the way my whole life is gonna be.
Johnny, have faith in me. All is going to be well in no time. Next Sunday, sharp at 7. Alright?
One of Johnny's sessions turned counterproductive and he broke out. He felt bad about it and shared it with David. David proved to be a comforter and this took their relationship to the next level.
how you felt when you were molested.
I was hurt, got nervous, and at that time I didn't know what to do. So I let him free and did allow him for a whole month.
Means you enjoyed it, right?
I don't know, doctor. I already told you I don't know.
Calm down. It happens. You enjoyed something which you're not supposed to enjoy. It happens. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
What are you doing, doc?
What's wrong? I know what you want. Hey.
I have guests coming home. I think I have to leave now.
What?
And this time, I won't be back again.
Sorry?
I think I'm done here, doctor.
Hey. Come on.
I don't find your sessions useful anymore.
Johnny.
Thank you.
Johnny.
The relationship of Johnny and David grew deeper and deeper. And there came a point where the two started longing for physical intimacy. Johnny felt the doctor's sessions were turning useless and sought comfort from David. Johnny and David scheduled a meeting that night, and Johnny was thinking that David would be his perfect life partner. Little did he know that David was none other than the alter ego of the doctor. Let us see what is in store for Johnny. Don't tell me you're David.
What? Why would I say so? I just came to apologize for what I did. Hey. Johnny! Johnny, open up! Johnny! Open the door! Johnny! I'm sorry.
What do you call yourself? David? Doctor? Or it could be Peter, John? Could be any more imaginary characters.
Johnny, give me a minute. I'll explain it to you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done so. But there was no option left. You wouldn't have opened up.
Oh, really? You're right, doctor. You can explain everything. You can explain every goddamn thing under the sun. I kept telling you all goddamn things important. Do you know how I feel now? I feel being raped. And this experience is more painful than that happened 18 years back. Why does this keep happening to me all the time? Why? Why?
Johnny. Indeed. I must not have done so. I was helpless. I did all this thinking it might help me to explore you, to understand you, understand your problems, solve them. It's all part of the study.
How can I forget that you're a doctor? You study feelings. You research dynamics and statistics of feelings. How could someone work so much on feelings, have feelings himself? How could I miss this small logic?
Enough! You have done enough of talking. Now I talk uninterrupted and you listen. We had 4 sessions together. I must have asked you hundreds of questions. Was there any single answer which was not manipulative? You would never reveal or open up. I have asked you about your friends, family, hobbies. David, Did you say anything which was ever near to the truth? No! You have never allowed me to either enter as a doctor or as a friend. I was left with no other options but the alternative. I think what I did was right. My intentions were correct. I think I did what only any sensible psychiatrist would have done. Don't blame me if those 176 were wrong. Yes. It all started with a lie. But as I got closer to you, learned more about you, I started liking you. And I can't keep it to me anymore. Johnny, trust me. I truly love you.